Name some of your biggest musical influences and how have they shaped your style as an artist, as a rapper.
My brother, Pitch Black, free Pitch Black. He got 30 years in prison. My brother, my cousin Yak. Um, these guys in my from my neighborhood called Piccolo, Deslot, and rest in peace, DeVito No Shake, Chaos. These was all like the older guys out of my neighborhood. I'm from Overtown. So these was like Zany. Zany was actually the guy in my neighborhood that gave me my name Chaotic. So I was like the young dude, 13, 14, that hung around all the OGs. Like all the older guys who was in their 20s and 30s. When I was 13, I used to run for them. I used to hustle at that age. And I used to sell drugs at that age, and I used to be the runner too. Like they sent me to the store, whatever, whatever. But I knew how to rap at that age. So all the older guys took a liking to me, and they let me hang out with them. And all of them was rappers at that time in my community. So my big brother, he was a rapper. I remember the first time I was coming home from middle school. My big brother was on the back porch with my cousin Yak, and they was back there smoking, and they was doing music. And when I came back there, my brother passed me the blunt. I'm only 14. I hit the blunt. I'm high as hell. He put the beat on. I went to freestyling on the beat.
Yeah.
The freestyle was so hard, he gave me a pen and pad and was like, now go in the house and write that down. You know what I'm saying? And I was writing music ever since.
And that's where it jumped off.
Yeah, so far as like, those were the people that was around me that influenced me. But far as the people in the game, I always was influenced by like Raw, not Ross, Tupac, Ross, Trick, Jay Z, Wayne, all them T.I.s,
Yeah.
Jadakiss, all them like from the rap side, all those guys, all them really influenced that era of music.
Yeah.
Just the early 2000s and the 90s era of music influenced me outside of, my brother and the people in my community.
Man. Um, Overtown, I've heard a lot about it.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's historic. I heard Muhammad Ali used to live out there.
Yeah.
Or stay out there when he
Yeah.
was out there.
So Overtown, it's a part of Overtown where back in the days when it was a lot of segregation and stuff like that. Black people couldn't stay like downtown Miami, or they
Miami
couldn't
Beach.
stay on the beach. So the first neighborhood there is when you coming from off the beach or downtown is my neighborhood. Overtown, that's the first ghetto. And that's where they all used to have to come stay at, Overtown. But it was drug infested. So that's where they come get all the stars that like to get high, and you come right there. That's why they love living there. You come live Overtown, you get your drugs, your whole 9 yards, you know what I'm saying?
Overtown.
Overtown, yeah.
With that said, man, I know you've had a pretty interesting upbringing. What was your formal journey into hip hop like, getting to this place?
The transition,
When did it become official?
it came official, I would say, because I always been popular. When I was like 15, 16, I was viral within the community. My neighborhood over town, I always been a star. I'm a legend coming out of my neighborhood. So I feel like I ignited as a teenager in my neighborhood. Even though I was still in the streets and in and out of jail and in and out of like um, my frustrated youth era, you understand what I'm saying? I still feel like I ignited at that time because when I was a teenager, the influence that I had as a teenager was crazy.
On
know what I'm
everybody
saying?
around you?
On everybody around me, on everybody in my community, the people in my city, even in Miami. It wasn't just in my community, it was in Miami too. So the influence that I had as a teenager was like prolific. Like, you know what I'm saying? The older, I always had grown men looking up to me, and I was a kid.
That's a lot of influence.
Exactly.
That's a lot of influence. Now, you've transformed your look over the years now.
Yeah.
I know, the dreads out of Miami are very specific. They
Yeah.
call wicks.
They call wigs.
So you cut your wicks off, took out the gold grill,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, lost weight. What,
Yeah.
what sparked all of this? Why?
So 6 years ago, in 2018, I went completely sober. I've been sober since 2018, and I was still like dread headed, gold teeth, and cause I was still kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out of the street still, and fast forward after the pandemic and everything like that, I wanted to start like expanding my acting career. Cause in 2018 was the first time I got on TV. That was Love and Hip Hop Miami. And after I did 1 season on Love and Hip Hop Miami and got kicked off. I got kicked off because somebody on the show played with me and seen. And
when you say played with you, what you mean?
like, I didn't have no drama on the show. So there was one guy on the show that wanted some, like, I guess I wasn't aware that people feed off the drama. Like, I knew there was drama, but I'm like, I don't got no drama. I'm cool with everybody. Trick, Trent, I'm good with everybody. So it was this one guy on there that he, like, tried me. And outside of the show, you know what I'm saying, I ripped off my mic. I went crazy. I threw the mic at the producers. I was like, y'all got me fucked up. Like, I'm going to fuck this man up. You know what I'm saying? And outside of the show, he was dealt with. And his chain got taken and a lot of stuff like that. And the network wasn't pleased with it. So they kind of like pulled the plug on me after that season.
You would be problematic for him?
Yeah, so I went like the next couple years I wasn't on TV. You know what I'm saying? I was back on Instagram and YouTube and stuff like that. I was back still doing my music and things like that, still being an entrepreneur, but the TV element was gone. Fast forward, I end up setting up a lot of business in Miami, and I felt like I peaked out. Okay, I got business, got a little real estate here. It's time for me to like get out here in the world and go do some more stuff, because I always wanted to get back on TV, get back into acting. So I took a chance and moved back to Atlanta. And when I moved back to Atlanta, I was like, yo, I'm gonna move to Atlanta. This was the top of 2022. I said, I'm gonna move back to Atlanta and I'm gonna take out my goals. I never planned on cutting my hair. I was like, I'm gonna take out my goals and I'm gonna get back into acting. Tyler Perry studio up there, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. I'm gonna get in where I fit in somewhere. So I took out the goals and I moved up here. I got to Atlanta, and when I got to Atlanta and I had my goals out, I was like, you know what? I should get in shape too, because like I got this pretty smile. I need to have the body to go with the smile. So boom, I got in the gym. So the whole 2022, I was in the gym getting fit.
This during COVID, coming out of it.
This was coming out of COVID. Yeah. So then, by the time I was facing a charge that I was out on bond for 5 years.